And we did actually make 2 signings. Whiteman from Tottenham, on loan for a season. And the other signing was Carstenidis from the German 3rd Division. He's through, he cuts inside and gets himself a debut goal. That's probably the goal of the season so far. Mayor does brilliantly well to open up the space and rockets a shot into the top left corner. Carstenidis, lovely ball through to Hardy. 2-0 already. But here come Exeter again, they've got a big chance. And it's an equaliser. So after the 2-2 draw with Exeter, we were now 5th and 10 points off top. What's up guys, it's FJ2H here and welcome back to another episode of the Plymouth Argyle career mode. Last episode, we did end up in 5th. So in this episode we're going to be looking to hit back. Here are the highlights. First game here was against Grimsby Town at home and we did have a few early chances. The first being saved and the second one this time came off the base of the post. 2 big chances to go 1-0 up there, but we do eventually start making inroads to the Grimsby Town defence. Ball into Hardy, Hardy cuts it back, squares it to the edge of the box, squares it to in the 6-yard box to Sarcevic, who puts this 1-0 up, and that did turn out to be the winner in a pretty big game as Grimsby Town weren't that far below us in the table. Next up we did actually have a game against Forest Green Rovers and we were just trying to play it out from the back here, but eventually the goalkeeper does take too much of a risk and gives Forest Green a big opportunity to take the lead. He does redeem it for now, but unfortunately Forest Green did end up taking the lead. A bit of a scrappy goal, bit of a goal that we really shouldn't have conceded and really causing us problems here. Ball into the man, it comes off the post, but it's there at the far post to tap it in to make it 2-0 Forest Green after only 14 minutes. But we did have a few chances to get back into the game, first of which front post header glanced over, and eventually we did get that goal to put us back into the game at 2-1. Sarcevic at the near post, but it wasn't enough. So here we are in the FA Cup game against Cambridge, and Cambridge did almost take the lead there with the header coming off the post. But it was us to take the lead. Lovely strike from Sarcevic into the bottom right corner. 1-0 Plymouth in the FA Cup in the first round. Here Cambridge with the corner. It gets flicked on here and it's tapped in virtually on the line in the 6-yard area to make it 1-1. We have a corner here and it's actually headed in by Canavan, the centre back, to make it 2-1 with 11 minutes to go. And it's just a long ball forward here, it gets flicked on and Moore's there to finish the game to secure our place in the second round of the FA Cup. Next up we had a game against Brentford at home and Carstenidis brought us forward here. It was a good pullback, too much space for Sarcevic, but his first shot was blocked, second shot was blocked first. Third shot did eventually get it over the line to give us the 1-0 lead here, but Bradford, they actually played very well in this game and they were moving the ball about and they get it into the area and they do score to make it 1-1 in the 28th minute. But we come forward again, it's a rash challenge from the Bradford defender to give us a penalty and to give us a chance to go into the lead for the second time today. And Sarcevic did step up to take the penalty and he scored it into the bottom left corner, keeper went the wrong way. And in the 36th minute we led 2-1 against Bradford City, but Bradford came forward, as I said, they played very well in this game and they get a ball whipped in here into the mixer, poor header, and it's a brilliant volley from the Bradford player to make it 2-2 and to put them level for the second time in this game. But we didn't give up, we still pushed forward looking for a winner. Comes into Hardy, Hardy takes it past his man, curls it into the bottom left corner, and we do win the game in the 84th minute. 3-2 against Bradford City, a good result. And next up we did actually have a FA Cup second round game under the lights against League 1 opposition in Coventry City. So obviously a very big game as they are in the league above us. And we made a good start here in the second half. Telford cuts it back, Baconson makes it 1-0 against League 1 opposition at Home Park to give us a dream start in the second half. 13 minutes into the second half and we did lead 1-0, but it was just a mistake. A couple of mistakes that led Bakayoko to get some space and fire a shot past the keeper to make it 1-1. But once again we didn't give up and kept them going forward. Carstenidis is in and he eventually just about slips it past the goalkeeper. 2-1 in the 71st minute, and that was enough to secure our place in the third round of the FA Cup. So we are doing quite well in this season's competition. I was back into league action against Morecambe. a game against a team which is very low down in the table. We should be winning, but it was a brilliant header from the Morecambe attacker to get it into that far corner. But we had to come forward, we had to get something from this game, otherwise it would be a pretty poor result. And we did eventually get the equaliser to make it 1-1 in the 65th minute, but we couldn't find the winner. And we really on some poor form in the league. But we had a game to get back on some form against Macclesfield, which we did win. And next up was a game on Boxing Day against Cheltenham, and we took the lead in the 42nd minute. Nice strike there from Grant to get it into the top corner. And it was a cutback from Carstenius, and Hardy was there to put it into that far corner, 2-0 in the 56th minute. And we are on our way to another win on the road against Cheltenham. There was a ball played in to Hardy, brilliant time from Hardy, and he puts it into the roof of the net. 3-0 the final score, and a brilliant result on the road for us on Boxing Day. And next up was probably the best performance of the season against Stevenage. Ball gets played through here, it's slotted into the top corner to make it 1-0, and eventually we just took them apart. There's another chance here, off the post. Second time it's in on the volley. 42nd minute, still under the first half, and we do actually make it 3-0 before half time. And that wasn't the end of it. Hardy comes into Sarcevic, who eventually scoops it into that top left corner, and Hardy's here again on his hat-trick. Gets his hat-trick to make it 5-1, our biggest win of the season, and probably our best performance of the season so far. And next up was in the FA Cup against Brentford, against Championship opposition this time, but it was poor defending from us, which led to Jensen putting the Championship team ahead, and they do more poor defending, and I think that's Yearwood this time to sneak it in at the near post, and almost 3-0. Thankfully he was just offside, the player who actually did pass it, but we're lucky not to be 3-0 down. But we fight back here, we make it 2-1, and keep on going. Cooper cuts it back for Telford, and he makes it 2-2, a brilliant fight back away at Championship opposition, but unfortunately they did actually end up winning the game 4-2 in the end, and which meant we had to go straight back into league action against Carlisle. But after a 0-0 draw, it meant that the next game against Mansfield was a huge game here. We did take an early lead here. Ball gets played in, and he just about gets enough on it Hardy to get it into that bottom right corner. But here comes Mansfield, and that was a brilliant strike. Absolutely smashed it into that top corner. And Mansfield came again. No one's marking him. He heads it off the post and taps it in. But we came back here. Sarcevic gets through and puts it in the top corner, 2-2 at the hour mark. And here comes White, the youngster, who curls it into the top corner. 3-2. We've turned it around from losing 2-1 to winning 3-2. But Mansfield did find themselves an equaliser here. 3-3, and we're on our way to another draw here. But here comes Grant, the substitute, and he puts it into the back of the net. 89th minute winner, 4-3, by far the game of the season so far. Absolutely ridiculous game. We led, we were losing, we led again, and we were drawing, and we won it in the 89th minute. And we went into Scunthorpe in some high hopes after that win, but they did take the lead in the 50th minute there. But we did fight back here. It was a lovely cutback, and it's just tapped in. Simple finish for Hardy. He's been having a few of those goals at the hour mark to make it 1-1, and we did look pressed for that winner, but it was actually Scunthorpe who did end up getting it. Some more poor defending from us, and we did try still go for the equaliser, but it wasn't enough, and we do lose another game on the road. That meant we went into this game against Stevenage with needing to win, and it was off the post, off the line. Very unfortunate to take the lead, saved, but it's put in on the rebound. And we do lead against Stevenage, against a team we really should be beating after beating 5-1 barely any weeks ago. And it's cut back here, and it's put into the bottom right corner, 2-0, and that was enough to win the game for us. We did actually go on to win our next game 2-0 again against Crawley Town this time, and we were into the January transfer window, so we needed to make some signings to make the squad better and make us be able to push for promotion in the second half of the season. We do actually find ourselves 5th again, but this time 17 points off top, so the title is probably unattainable now, but we can still go for that automatic promotion as we are only 4 points off it. We did make a pre-contract signing here, Manfield Osei Quadro. from the German third division. Again, this was just to bring in some more support on that right midfield position for when we do hopefully get into League One next season. And the other transfer was George Silva from Lazio on loan for the rest of the season. That was just so we could get some more centre-backs in, because I noticed we didn't have many quality centre-backs outside of the first two. So that is where we have left off in this episode. If you did enjoy, please go down and subscribe and drop a like. I've been FJ2H. In a bit.